Shiva being Adi Yogi or the first yogi who imparted yoga to 7 sages, thereby becoming Adi Guru or the first Guru. He being worshipped, bowed down or revered to is understood and acceptable. But if Shiva himself being the ultimate, bow down to someone, this creates an intrigue and confusion as to whom the ultimate will bow down to. And the same confusion happened in Devi when she saw Shiva bowing down to someone. Confused, she asked him, "When you are the Lord of all Mahadev and there is nothing beyond you, who are you prostrating to?" Shiva calmly looked at her and said, "There is someone even I must bow down to." And that one moment became the beginning of the very sacred conversation, a sacred teaching that came straight from Shiva himself to Devi and now every one of us. A conversation that later came to be known as Guru Gita, a scripture of 352 verses hidden within the Skanda Puran, when Shiva shares one of the most direct and important truths of any spiritual seeker. Not about religion, not about worship, and not about some deity, but about that one force, that one presence, that is the Guru, through which even the divine chooses to work. And with this comes the question that who is Shiva's Guru that he is bowing down to? And not only this, in this ancient text of Guru Gita, Shiva tells Devi that even liberation is not possible without the grace of Guru. If even Shiva acknowledges that, then what does this mean for the rest of us? So in this video, we are going to discover the sacred talk within Shiva and Parvati. And with this also comes one question, that why did Shiva chose Devi to answer this question? Why not somebody else? Is it just because she was his consort? We will also come to know about it in the later part of the video. So stay till the end and watch the complete video. Now before moving ahead, I'll set the context for this video. Now whenever I speak about Guru, I might take the example of Sadguru, because that is whom I can connect to. But this does not mean that this video is limited to Sadguru. Rather, this video is dedicated to all the Gurus, whoever we know and we do not know. With this moving ahead, most people think that Guru is someone who teaches and someone who gives advice. For example, just think about Sadguru. We all have come across him through social media. Some of us know him through his social work like Kaveri Calling or Save Soil. Majority of us has come to know him through YouTube videos and some through the awards that he gets. And today, because of all these, many people mistake him as a social media influencer. Some mistake him as a brand and some mistake him as a founder of Isha Yoga Center.
Parallelly, I also know that technically he is one of the biggest influencers in the country.
Very few people know him by experience, not through YouTube videos or through the work that he does. Even many times Sadhguru himself speaks up.
Guru is just a device. Guru is not a person. This must be understood. Only when you begin to experience me as something more than a person, only then I am your Guru. Till then I am not.
And not only this, even Shiva speaks about this in Guru Gita, where he speaks about Guru Tattva. He says, "Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam, na Guru Radhikam Tapa, Tattva Jnanad Param Nasti, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah." That means there is no greater truth than the Guru, no greater austerity. Nothing surpasses the knowledge the Guru opens up. I bow down to that Guru. Now this doesn't mean that any person with a follower is a Guru. It means when the Guru Tattva is alive in someone, you will know, not with your logic, but with your longing. Because Guru is the greatest truth of anyone's life. And this is whom Shiva is bowing down to. Not to any person, not to any man, but to the cosmic intelligence, Shiva or nothingness himself. Where further he explains that Guru is that dimension of intelligence that wakes you up from within. It's a field, a force, a presence that help you cross the limitations of your mind and body. Just like there is a sound dimension or nada, time dimension or kala, similarly there is also Guru dimension, a space where darkness begins to dissolve and clarity begins to rise. And that's where Sadguru and even Shiva in Guru Gita says exactly the same thing. That means Gu means darkness and Ru means dispeller. That means Guru is a force that dispels the darkness. Shiva in Guru Gita says, "Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam." That means there is no truth higher than the Guru. Not because of the man, not because of the face, but because of the force that moves through him. A Guru may wear robes, speak on social media, or walk among crowds. But the dimension that we refer to as the Guru is not public, it's cosmic. So in an age where people mistake a Guru as a content creator, a brand or worse, and this is not just about Sadguru, it is about any Guru, whether he is Sri Sri Ravi Shankar or whether he is Premanand Maharaj. How can someone recognize the presence of Guru Tattva in him? Or how can someone recognize the Guru in him? Especially when Shiva himself says that Guru is not the body, but the Tattva or the dimension that is the cosmic force. And if Guru is not physical, why does Guru takes a body? Why speak? Why sit on stage? Why not just vibrate from beyond and uplift everyone? Think of it in this way. Electricity is not the wire, but without the wire, you cannot get current. Similarly, Guru Tattva is not the person, but the person becomes the live wire through which that infinite force, the Guru or the Shiva, himself reach you. And that is why many times even Sadhguru said, if you think I'm some persona, I'm not. Only when you know my true nature, I'm your Guru. Rather, the body, speech and presence are the refined instruments for the Guru Tattva to reach people in the form they relate to. Because we live in a body. We see, hear, touch, cry, laugh through senses. So the Guru descends into this dimension with form so that our form-based mind can begin to connect. It is like grace lowering down itself to our level so that we can rise to that which has no form. Because recognition happens only when you are receptive. And if Guru Tattva simply vibrated in ether, we wouldn't feel it. We will call it some thought, coincidence, or ignore it altogether. So Guru wears a form, a voice that answers, a face that smiles, a hand that points and tricks your logic into silence. As Sadhguru once said, if the Guru appears too divine, you will worship and go home. If the Guru appears too normal, you will doubt and leave. So the Guru appears just confusing enough that you will sit down and listen. Yes, Guru is not the body, but we are. We cannot perceive the formless unless it wraps itself in form. So grace takes a face, compassion wears a voice, and wisdom walks in human feet. That's what we call Guru. Now I know many people will comment down that how I could take the name of Sadhguru together with Shiva. And do you know, it's not me. It's Shiva himself talking in Guru Gita to Devi that the Guru is Shiva himself and the Shiva himself is the Guru. And if someone differentiates between Shiva and the Guru, he commits the greatest of sin. So a Guru is not known for his videos or ashram. It's the fact that he transforms people without touching them. He opens up inner doors without giving doctrine. He dismantles identities without preaching identitylessness. And he creates silence in millions. That is Guru Tattva, and it's the same Tattva Shiva bowed down to. That is Shiva himself. So, if something in you starts shifting, not your opinion, but your very way of being, then don't ask whether someone is a Guru. Just sit and stay open. Don't ask whether he is a Guru. Starting from 4th July up till 10th July, a special sadhana known as Sadguru Arpanam has been offered to us to make this Guru Purnima a live process. From invoking Guru's presence each morning to chanting powerful chants and guided sadhana sessions, every aspect is designed to help you offer fully, in silence, in sound and in stillness. So, you will get all the details through the link given in description, but don't keep it for later. Go to the link now and check it now. And let this Guru Purnima not just be a date, but a doorway that the Guru will show itself. So hope I was able to deliver this message to you as to who is Guru and whom Shiva is bowing down to. Not to any person, but to Param Brahm, that is Shiva himself. And he chose Devi to answer her question because she questioned something no one dared to ever question him. And the way she was devoted to Shiva moved Shiva to answer his question. And that is the moment when Shiva initiated Devi into a Guru-disciple relationship. And with this closing the video, hope this was meaningful to you. And if yes, do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, and please do share this with your friends and family members because Sadguru Arpanam is going to happen from 4th itself. We all want you to participate in it so that we can be available on the day of Guru Purnima, that is on 11th July. So just check out the link in the description. It's absolutely free. And with this, up till next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.